Good morning, Europe. Good night, Americas, and good evening to you, Asia. We've got the first round of the Touhou Survival Open playtest bracket stage tonight. Well, tonight for me. We have ALTAIR versus IZNZI, who both won all three of their matches, I believe, in the first stage, in the group stage. I think the slides are probably a good place to go for what's different about the bracket between what's different in the bracket stage compared to the group stage. Those are the words. Oh yeah, we also have PurpleOwl and Roby for commentary here, also covering the spectrum of places people live.
Hello.
Good morning, good evening, I guess.
A good time of day. It's obviously night. We have imperishable night.
I beg to differ.
There's the text. So yeah, the Touhou Survival Open is a Touhou project tournament where players can compete across any of the mainline games and get compared on those results. If you don't know, which considering you're here, you probably do know, but Touhou Project is a bullet hell series developed by Team Shanghai Alice, who is basically just Zin. If you've never seen Touhou before or unfamiliar with high-level Touhou play, you can check out those resources during the match, being the Touhou Wiki and Maribel Harn's website. Those are both amazing resources with tons of good information.
Shoutouts to Maribel Harn.
Yes, shoutouts to Maribel. The really unique thing about this tournament compared to something like the Touhou World Cup is that matches are played 1v1 credits. You have one attempt. If you die in stage 1, that's in your run. If you game over in stage 1, that's also in your run. Depending on your chosen game and shot type, it'll be scored differently. Some games are easier, so have a lower base penalty, higher base penalty because the lower score wins. And secondary conditions such as bombing, UFO summons, border breaks, etc. The first instance of those is penalized as 2 misses, and any subsequent is just 1 additional miss, because those mechanics can potentially save you more than a miss in a dicey situation. So, as mentioned earlier, this is a playtest tournament with the goal of just trying to get these metrics into a state where they can be used for a bigger tournament next year. Any rules for this are subject to change, but probably won't be changed as a stage is ongoing. As PurpleOwl has shown, you can use the TSO command to get the rules, metrics, and a feedback form. As George often says, if you have any feedback on how this goes, please put it in the form. It makes it better for next time. Oh yeah, there's new slides because this is the bracket stage as mentioned. So if you're familiar with a double elimination bracket, this is effectively a double elimination. The top finishers from each of the 4 groups went into the upper bracket, while the second place finishers from each group went straight to the lower bracket, or which could also be known as a loser's bracket because they've lost. Basically, you're only out of the tournament after you lose a match in the lower bracket. So whoever wins or loses today's match, which is from the upper bracket, will still be in the tournament. It's just the loser is now in a do or die situation down in the lower bracket. This is a lower bracket match. It's already do or die. So unlike the group stage where it's just a single credit, the bracket stage matches are best of however many credits. For the semifinal phase, it's best of 3. So this is the first person to win 2 credits, 2 1v1 credits. It doesn't matter how much you win by, it just matters that you win. The finals and later rounds of the tournament will be more credits. So as you can see, finals will be best of 5, and the grand finals will possibly be best of 7. And instead of 15 minutes downtime between credits, it is 5 minutes between credits in the same match. So being able to continually perform at a top level just becomes even more important. And here is the current bracket standings. Spiritual Pantheon and Oscar both made it into winner's bracket. Also this match, ALTAIR versus IZNZI. Of those, I think most of them were who we expected to advance from each group, except for the fact that Spiritual Pantheon defeated Adidoj knocking Adadoge to the lower bracket in their group. Meanwhile, we also have Real Winter, Maki, and Ruan rounding out the lower bracket. All of these players are very good players. If the other commentators have anything they want to add on brackets, go right ahead.
Indeed, they're really good players who can just pull out a low miss run without too much difficulty. Feel like the losers bracket might end up being something really interesting by the end of it.
That's the thing about a tournament. There's one winner at the end. Everybody else has to lose at some point.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the players of this match, shall we?
Yeah. ALTAIR is presumably going to continue playing SA Reimusi and possibly continuing a 1-in-3 LNN rate. However, that doesn't mean they're going to get like 1 or 2 misses on a non-LNN run. Anything can happen. They got 4, 0, and 5 in group stage?
Yes.
Yeah. And IZNZI is playing IHNN, I believe, which is a very difficult category.
But I wonder which shot type he's gonna pick. He played Scarlet, I believe, in the earlier matches, and then switched to Solo Sakia.
Yeah, I checked the VOD, and the VOD I saw was Solo Sakia, so we will see what gets chosen.
Yeah, yes. He's very consistent with like a lot of the iron shots, so he could pick any shot and get a good low miss run.
Yeah, one interesting thing here, looking at the metrics, is that SA, Reimusi, and IHNN Scarlet team actually have the exact same metrics. 2.6 base penalty, 0.9 miss penalty.
Yeah, indeed, for final B.
For both, I checked both.
For final, yeah, both is same, yeah.
So if it's Scarlet team, we will be in a very interesting situation. I'm not sure if the rulebook or the scheduling account for the chance that there being a tie match in the bracket stage. I'm sure it will be resolved.
I presume it's gonna get into account the penalty points of the individual matches. If a tie happens.
If IZNZI decides to go Solo Sakia, however, then that is a 2 miss advantage versus SA Reimusi. So a 5 miss IN would be to 3 miss SA in that case. Really, in terms of shot selection, the initiative is very much on the IN player's side.
I believe that it's worth going for, especially if you're Miss IZNZI, because the patterns in IN are pretty consistent, and they're like Solo Sakia has low damage, but like the game isn't like way too critical of you when you pick a solo human shot compared to some really RNG patterns that you have to deal with if you're a yokai shot.
Solo humans do really struggle in a few places, and we'll definitely get into those as the match develops, if it's relevant.
One of them that I can think of the top of my head would be the Stage 5 spam section. Solo Rain 1, Solo Sakia.
Yeah, the voice in our heads has told us there is a possible delay on the match, so it may not be in 40 seconds. It might be. It probably won't be, considering we're being told about it, though. So, Roby, do you have anything you want to add on the players or the games?
I have thought that ALTAIR might have a consistency advantage over IZNZI in regards to getting penalty points, but IZNZI has higher potential because they are going for a more difficult category.
Risk versus reward. There's a higher risk, but of going for a lower base score shot because it's just harder. But the reward is better if you can pull it off.
Yeah, ALTAIR in general seems to be going for a safe and consistent approach when it comes to matches, while IZNZI might go for all out, just pick the most difficult shot type in the game and go for it.
It's really about picking the best that you think you can do. If IZNZI feels confident enough in solo Sakuya or any of the bad IN solos, then more power to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are both, at a high level, these are both mostly very consistent games.
Yeah, IZNZI has solo Sakuya IHNN FS with Final B, so they are definitely experienced with their game.
Yeah, that's a tough one for sure. I don't even want to consider going for something like that right now.
It'd also be a 40-minute run.
Yeah. Meanwhile, SA Reimusi is fairly short, so like 26, 27 minutes.
Yeah.
That's actually another interesting
right.
thing about the dynamic of this match. Because one of these shots and games ends up being so much longer than the other, IZNZI has the ability to check the match results going into endgame if they want to, and know exactly how well they need to do in order to take the win. We saw that in a couple of the group stage matches with Oscar and Volke, which is, as everybody knows, the longest game.
But that's like barely an advantage.
It could be an advantage or a disadvantage depending on how you see it.
Yeah, it is a piece of information that is available to one player and not the other. Unless, I guess, ALTAIR wants to stall for a very long time on dialogue, really soak in that story.
Alright, we're getting close to the beginning of the match.
Yeah.
Grab your refreshments. Grab your drink.
Get ready to enjoy the music and the intro because, it kicks in. It's a good opening. I wonder if there's anything different for the bracket stage. So I am excited for this match. I think everybody here is excited for this match. Let's get into it. Yukari. Whoa.
Okay, so that's
like a certain someone.
That's a pretty safe start for IZNZI. Yeah,
Is
also
Someone would.
I'd say because it's probably consistent shot for LNN FS for them at this point. I mean, they even have solo Yukari no focus LNN FS done.
This is true. That is a pretty crazy accomplishment. I'm just thinking back to Draconic's triple miss to Misty Anon too.
Yes, but that's a Draconic. He's a far less experienced Iron player.
Yeah, but also some of these, like the yokai shots, do have a couple points in the early game where they do struggle. And in fact, both of these early games have a few really critical patterns where things can go wrong easily.
Yeah, that's why IZNZI is probably going to go for a power cancel on Mistian, they are going to power cancel and then spin around Mistia to misdirect the first wave of familiars.
That will be interesting to see. The first really critical pattern is actually going to be coming up pretty soon. It is Yamame Non 1. If she moves
If
down
she moves
twice,
down.
things get scary. We did see ALTAIR die to this during the group stage once. So it can happen.
Yes, but that's like a specific method that you could route Yamaman on one that is pretty consistent. So let's see how ALTAIR does it.
Yeah, there are methods to deal with it, but it is still quite tricky.
Alright,
up movement is good.
Please be good.
Down, up, that's pretty good too. And it looks like it will die before anything else can happen. So we escape the first danger. Yeah, already Solo Yukari showing a bit of a weakness against Wriggle, not being able to get these familiars that shoot yellows offline. That was scary for stage 1.
That was closer than comfortable.
Yeah, the solo shots definitely have issues that the teams do not. Either in not being able to shoot down familiars or having to shoot down familiars. Wriggle last spell, not spinning it. I mean, I guess that's fair. Both players out of stage 1.
As I said before, IZNZI is probably going to try avoiding getting power items on stage 2.
FA stage 2 is also a very, very consistent stage. Not much is likely to happen over there. Especially with Reimu C just killing enemies as they spawn. Yeah, I think you were right, Roby. This is going to be a power cancel on Misty and Nantu.
And he's stalling out the fairy to prevent spawn of some enemies.
Imagine dodging.
In the ALTAIR right now.
Imagine if bullets were real. That section never stops being amusing.
Setting up the power cancel by getting just the right amount of power.
Yep. I'm very interested to see this power cancel. I have not really seen it in detail before.
Yeah.
I'm aware of it as a strategy, I've just never really had a reason to pay attention to it in a run.
It's a cool strategy which you'll see soon.
Yep, now he's at 127 power, and the power cancel is gonna happen like right as she spawns at her wave.
Yeah, also IZNZI's stream froze on our end as well.
Yeah, IZNZI was having pretty issues, which is why the delay happened in the first place.
It is always unfortunate when that kind of thing happens, but there's nothing anyone can really do about it.
16 kbps is inevitable.
Yeah, Mistia's spell 1 is basically streaming with some inconvenience.
Yeah, it's a solo Yuka. You can't shoot down the familiar, so it's more scary.
For the power cancel.
Yeah.
There we have it. That's really cool.
At its full glory.
I can still see it. That wouldn't even necessarily completely solve the pattern. It just really helps.
Yeah.
You have really little amount of bullets actually coming for you, so it's easier to make a decision.
Yeah, I also kept an eye on ALTAIR during that time. There's some really clean Reimu C super speed handling during Parsi spell 2.
Reimu C on Parsi is really fun to watch and to play.
Yeah, seeing this, I may actually be convinced to go Reimu C instead of Reimu A for when I get around to SA. Like it just looks
Play
fun.
Marisa B. I'll play Marisa B instead.
No, I don't like Marisa B. I understand she's good, I just don't like dealing with the hitbox or the shot changing.
I understand.
Yeah, it can be pretty annoying to change your shot on accident if you're not paying attention.
IZNZI makes it to stage 3 with a cap of Midnight Chorus Master.
Yes, this card is entirely out.
Pretty scary because you can just accidentally just move into a bullet after you've gone into a lane.
Yeah, now for one of the notorious sections in SA, the community calls it Laser Hell. Let's see how ALTAIR does it.
Yeah, both of these stage 3 sections are actually very heavy on a route, and if you get off that route, things go wrong. But Reimu C's ability to get enemies offline on both sides of the screen comes in handy. So ALTAIR makes it to Yugi intact, and IZNZI makes it to Kane mid-boss. Stage 3 is where these games really do start to pick up. So Shackles would not have you think that.
It would. But hopefully not here.
Surely nobody has ever died to Shackles in an important event. Surely.
Also, non-2 is pretty much out.
Yep, everything spawns statically based on Yugi's position, and so for Reimu C, it's just safest to not shoot, line up with the red lasers, and then the blue lasers just all go around you. It's not that shooting actually changes what you would have to do, it's just not shooting makes it easier.
Yeah,
the shooting can remove some of your cues.
Also, Kine for IZNZI.
We're going to see ephemerality.
Ephemerality with solo yokai and Mount O at the same time.
Yes,
yeah, some of the familiars hitting the bottom is not ideal.
Good thing that it's with solo Yukari because she has a run that can lock onto bosses. So ephemerality spell card isn't a problem.
Yeah, it's still tricky, but it is quite manageable still, even without destroying the familiars. Which is kind of Kane's whole thing in general. Everything is still manageable if you can't destroy them. It helps, but, you know.
Those who have been following this match, this is how the spell is supposed to look. You're not supposed to do it at the top, ideally, on a survival run.
But if you do it at the top, there's no dodging. What's the risk? Oh right, it's boss movement. It's always boss movement. Yeah, Kane Final is static lasers and aimed arrowheads, so you can just do the same thing every time and it works. Kind of like SA Stage 4 is aimed cards and some mostly static other stuff. So again, you can mostly do the same thing and nothing happens.
Except for one point, which is Ori mid-boss, and that looks sketchy.
Yeah, these lasers are one of the few exceptions as a place where something can happen. And yeah, mid-bosses are often tough in SA.
Most of them are Orin too.
I wonder if there's a pattern there. Yeah, good misdirect from ALTAIR there, and the super speed to get around everything.
Both players have yet to encounter really problematic sections in their games.
Yeah, I would definitely say that Satori and Marisa are both capable of taking some hits.
Oh,
Even to experienced
definitely.
players. It's often said that Reimu C has the easiest Satori, and while that's probably true, it's still by no means free.
The last
IN
just
Stage 4 is
lasts way
also
too
another
long.
section. Yeah, IN Stage 4 is also another section where getting off route results in getting overwhelmed quite quickly, but Yukari has a much harder time with that than some of the solo humans do. Just because she can kill the fairies quickly. Yeah, simultaneous dialogue.
Yeah.
I'll sync up.
Yeah, some things about the Marisa boss fight. The nons can be really problematic, especially non-2 and non-3.
Non-2 is just do the same dodges every time, though, but they are very tight dodges. Given that you said IZNZI has a no-focus LNN, I don't think they're likely to have trouble with the positioning for that. A good asteroid belt cap.
Also,
Both these
ALTAIR is gonna.
non-piercing have absolutely tight dodges.
Also, ALTAIR is going to set up for a safe spot on Satori's spell too. Okay, he's using the kanji on the dialogue screen to set up his position for this safe
so
spot,
this
which
is
cool.
Storm Day safe spot.
This is
a pretty
Touhou
tough
on the
pattern
highest
if you know.
difficulty.
Yeah, Event Horizon for IZNZI, not too bad. Well handled as expected. Pearl in the chat, what's that spell 2 strat? This is ALTAIR villain player. Let's just safe spot half the game.
Not quite half the game, but ALTAIR will also have a safe spot strategy for stage 5 or in mid-boss.
It's metaphorically half the game. This is part of why the semi-consistent LNN is even possible. Two patterns with a bit of scary randomness at the same time. Well handled for both.
Yeah, speaking of safe spots, IZNZI also does I don't know if I should call it safe spot, but a safer strategy of just sitting there and dodging left and right those stars.
Yep. As an attempt to make the strategy unviable, the aimed bullets are made much faster if you do this, but that just makes it easier to do.
That just makes it like 10 times easier.
Points for trying, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, here's where you can really start seeing the game length difference as well, because ALTAIR is dealing with the middle of SA Stage 5, while IZNZI is still on Marisa.
Yeah, well, ALTAIR is dealing with those yin-yangs very efficiently. Okay, he's setting up for the safe spot. That's why he does the alignment thing.
Yes. This is a pixel-precise alignment that is so precise that Marisa literally can't do it. But as you can see, Reimu can, and this pattern doesn't exist, and neither does the next one. And neither does Cat's Walk, because if you time out Rednon, you don't get Cat's Walk. So this deletes mid-boss Orin. Yeah, deletes mid-boss Orin, deletes Popcorn because of stalling, and Reimu C Popcorn's not even that bad. One more spell for Izu before stage 5, and this is just follow the route. And one thing that wasn't mentioned with the mid-orange safe spot is that Reimu C makes it easier because of the super speed. It just happens to align with the 8 pixels per frame movement from the bottom. Or is it 9? It's some massive number that just aligns perfectly. So yeah, double NN into stage 5.
You can see the players are really playing good and giving it their all. Right from the beginning, as they should.
Yeah, I mean, in a best of 3 match, you do not want to go down one at the beginning, because then you have to win both. Like, that's your buffer. You don't want to waste it. Alright, is everyone ready for the cat to turn into a cat?
She only does that in Reimu A dialogue.
The cat still turns into a cat even if Reimu doesn't point it out. Yeah, you thought Orin Nons had enough safe spots yet? No, they don't. They all do.
Yeah.
A safe spot, although the non-3 one is a little questionable.
The non-3 one is basically a Marisa B exclusive strat because you can do a lot of damage to Ghost Wheels at the start. Bunny. This should be pretty tame for IZNZI. That super speed adjustment was so good.
We see 2 safe spots.
Yeah, a funny thing about the Tay safe spot here, if you die to the first non, this lowers your rank and then this doesn't work. Yes, Imperishable Knight has rank.
This is like one of the only places where it gets used.
Yeah, and it also happens to remove a safe spot. These are just insane runs to just pull out.
Yeah, it's hard to even say something about what the players are doing. I mean, the runs speak for themselves.
I mean, just remember, these 2 players literally started stream, started a credit, and both of them, this is that credit. We are stage 5. No miss, no bomb on Lunatic. Both of them. Just let that sink in.
Yeah, look at how cleanly ALTAIR is doing Ghost Wheels. Not even a single sketchy dodge.
That spell is hard, and he just makes it look easy.
I didn't want to jinx, but that was beautiful handling of that spell.
The beginning of Raisin is not particularly dangerous, but then again, neither is the beginning of Stage 6 in SA.
Do you guys like streaming? This stage is like 80% streaming.
Yeah, streaming and sections like this where being able to shoot both sides of the screen means you don't have to dodge.
Yeah, also Yukari can't eliminate familiars on race and non 2, so there's a chance that
There's a chance some funny stuff can happen, but nothing funny happened.
Yeah, also spell 2 can be really sketchy at times.
Yeah, but with the way it works, there's always a good gap to go for, and with enough experience, it's pretty easy to just identify where it's going to be.
Oh, okay, that was rather low, but yeah.
Yeah, you just get a feel for where the safe area is going to be.
Non-free is just easy, just go right.
Yep. And then hardest part of Raisin outside of the last spell is, I think, her third spell. What is it? Mindstopper or Idling Wave? It's one of those depending on difficulty, and the other depending on the other difficulty.
And we have Blazing Will, which you literally time out if you don't shotgun at the beginning, as we're gonna see. And even with the shotgun, it takes like, what, 2 seconds on the timer? Or even less?
It's a very funny detail of SA Ramusi.
Oh, that was... Yeah.
Yeah, 2 clean caps. What is there to say? Like these 2 players are just putting on an absolute masterclass on how you play Touhou on the highest difficulty.
Alright, ALTAIR is entering Goku.
But let's pay attention to Remote Rabbit first, because non-one's nothing. Remote Rabbit is absolutely something. It's kind of routable, but it's sketchy. Okay, good cap. Final B. And just in time for uncontained nuclear reaction, or uncontainable, I think. UNR is... What is it? Would you say this is the biggest threat in SA?
Probably.
Along with PurpleOwl. Along with PurpleOwl and Blazing Will.
This and PurpleOwl are probably the 2 biggest threats in the game. Past that, it is mostly smooth sailing on Oku, but anything can happen.
Yeah,
we saw Ruan die to 10 evil stars, I believe, in groups.
I mean, that's mostly because he wasn't doing it the correct, magical way.
Anything can happen!
I'm pretty sure that ALTAIR will LNN.
Bold to call that before PurpleOwl.
Yes, but it's ALTAIR that we're talking about.
It's PurpleOwl. PurpleOwl can literally decide to wall you sometimes.
Also, IZNZI was having a great time with the Ram just not locking onto any of the fairies.
Yep. These Aaron Nons are static random rotated, I believe. Not too bad. So yeah, PurpleOwl. Please no walls.
ALTAIR is reading PurpleOwl super well. He
As
doesn't try
does.
to do any dodges.
Yeah, that seems like a really easy PurpleOwl too. Like no challenging situations. Now I feel like the LNN is likely. Not guaranteed, but it would not be uncommon to see it happen from this situation.
Yeah, alright. IZNZI is on Kaguya, and non-one can be problematic sometimes.
I mean, you want to talk bosses that have RNG heavy, difficult first halves. Kaguya.
That almost walled.
Like non-1 into Brilliant Dragon Bullet, into non-2, which is kind of okay with the redirect, into Buddhist Diamond is just a absolutely brutal combo to have to get through. It is a gauntlet.
Yeah, also note that on Kaguya spell 1, the pattern is heavily influenced by Kaguya's position, so that's why Zomi did it at the corner.
Yeah, you end up despawning some of the lasers, I believe, which just makes the pattern easier to deal with. Good read there.
Yeah, also note that iron laser hitboxes take some time to spawn after the laser sprites appears.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to take away from this Kaguya fight, but we are on Oku penult here, Hell's Takamak, which should be pretty tame.
And that was a non-problematic Buddhist Diamond as well.
Yep, non-3. This is also very random. You can get really ugly combo overlaps here, so praying for nice runs. How insane would it be if this is just double LNN?
That would be it.
Oh, it's not!
Oh no! On
that is Bucker for IZNZI. We no longer need Forced Rising World. And IZNZI's passed most of the biggest threats as well in Kaguya. LSI is a bit dangerous, but it is not over.
Yeah, I'm baffled to see that ALTAIR got a miss on Tokamak of all things. I mean, it's a
hard spell on nerves.
It's a hard spell on nerves, and also visibility doesn't help much.
And if ALTAIR knows the situation like that, IZNZI was no miss into 6, then like that you really would feel the pressure of a forced cap there.
I was so confident that ALTAIR will run this attempt, but I guess that it isn't the case.
One miss, very strong run.
Pretty close, yeah. They were pretty close.
Unfortunately, this is what it's against. 6 spells remain.
IZNZI has quite a bit of history with Rising World, to say the least.
But the thing is, Rising World can only take 1 miss. There would need to be another miss between Arai Jewel, which is an extremely practiced route. It's not happening, almost definitely. And any of the other last spells, which, again, once practiced, they get very consistent. So this is probably at worst a 1 miss. But again, anything can happen. We'll see. And honestly, even if we are no miss into Rising World, there's still stakes here. How cool would it be to see an INLNN in just 1 credit?
Yeah, this is LNN, but it's not FS yet. Let's see.
For IN, FS is kind of implied. 16 kbps, no, not now. At least it's just last spell 1, which is just streaming up and down, so not too much, but
imagine if IZNZI got a miss to last spell 1.
Well, we could at least see the last spell 1 cap at the end of this. Yeah, for last spell 2, there's a lineup with the dialogue box that we couldn't see. Just get the right height, you dodge the first ring, and the second ring avoids you. So we can see enough. This is super player quality here.
If your stream does not look like this, you're not playing correctly.
Yeah, Roby, this was your problem in groups. Your stream looked too good.
Interesting, and I was streaming at like 480p.
Good last spell 3 cap. So here's how ALTAIR can win. IZNZI needs to mess this up and lose Rising World. I don't think that's happening. I think this is match 1, or yeah, I think this is credit 1 to IZNZI.
And we might have a winner. The only thing IZNZI needs to do is to finish the run.
Rising World for the LNNFS. Let's do this. Oh, that is so well handled.
Oh,
incredible cap.
And the solo Yukari and
really good reading.
Just like that. Just like that.
Incredible.
Such good reading.
I'm not even shocked.
Oh, what a blocker.
He has the second LMFS of the tournament now.
Wow.
And this is what I meant by Nozomi having quite a bit of history with Rising World, but yeah.
Yeah. As for the result here, ALTAIR with a 1 miss Reimusi run, 3.5 penalty points, loses to IZNZI's no miss, perfect IN Yukari. Yeah, this does mean that ALTAIR can't really be too upset about the miss, because let's say ALTAIR does capture Hell's Takamak here. He still loses.
That will still be 2.6 points.
You could LNN and still lose. So I wonder what this is going to mean for shot type selection in the next round. I suspect ALTAIR will stick to Reimusi, but we'll see if IZNZI wants to repeat solo Yukari or change it up. Wow, though. What do you even do to them after that?
I'm absolutely speechless.
What do you do?
I have nothing else to say that other than these two players are making the games that they're playing look easy.
I do not envy ALTAIR's position here. All right, I think we're going to take a short break before the next credit, so we will be back for that. Very excited.
雨も共に貫き行けいつか境界線もブレイクすさむ嵐を焚き寄せて挑み戦い抜けリードショー描け眩しき色パラダイス
What are the odds?
What was IZNZI doing? Non-8 Moko timeout?
Looks like just practice there. Hopefully we'll see a credit start soon. ALTAIR elects to go Reimu C again. Not a huge surprise. It's what he's most comfortable with. But it has to be rough knowing that you can LNN and lose. Realistically.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think there's been a miss yet, so I think the tracker needs to be reset. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what is there to say? It's the same games they were a half hour ago. Except the stakes are higher.
With how consistent IZNZI is with solo Yukari, and I wonder how they could possibly mess up so they don't get LNN FS this round.
I mean, they did LNN last round, but there were some scary moments in places where a miss could have happened. And of course, you can always just die to nothing out of nowhere sometimes. It happens. It feels bad when it does, but it happens.
Yeah, my man on one. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, we know now this is even more critical than usual, but nice movements again.
Alright.
I'm just still trying to understand what happened last credit. That was so insane.
I'm really enjoying the super player quality on IZNZI's side though. And that right there is what I strive to become.
Yeah, this is just what happens when you get some of the best players together and say, hey, do better than this guy. They will. Let's see if Wrigglenon 2 is scary at all. Good misdirect and bullet sealing strategy there. We didn't mention this last match, but in Imperishable Night, if you sit on top of a familiar, it cannot shoot bullets. So IZNZI did that, plus a misdirect, to basically neutralize the first wave of what was a very scary non last time.
Oh
no!
No!
That's a miss on Hermit of an Endless Night. Wriggle last spell. And just like that, ALTAIR is now in command. I couldn't really see what happened there, but Wriggle last spell at the bottom is a little scary.
It was a little scary situation. Wasn't anything he couldn't have handled, but it was a bit scary.
Yeah, like I said, anything can happen. Like, you can just have random misses.
Good thing that the players have to submit replays after the match, so we could see what really happened.
ALTAIR got a really funny situation on spell 1, too.
Well handled.
I think both teams are to kill. Thankfully, Rainbow Sea's angling helped him get through it.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're going to have like I don't know how should I say, show what happened with IZNZI after the match, after we get to the replay.
I think we should do that even if IZNZI wins here, just because then there wouldn't be a third credit. Like, I'm really curious to see what happened there.
I very barely saw what happened, but yeah.
Yeah,
would like to have a better look myself.
Yeah, it's one of the things that shouldn't happen, but it can happen.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. There's hundreds of bullets on screen right now. Every single one of those kills if it hits you. Like, any of them can. I have seen players die when there is a single bullet on screen. Just anything happens.
Yeah. As someone put it, that one bullet moment.
Yeah, was.
That was another good setup for the power cancel on Non 2. And of course, ALTAIR with very standard stage 3 handling. Beautiful redirect and cancel. Still a tough gap choice to have to make.
There was a point where like the Mentos just stopped completely hitting, so I'm really like glad he didn't choose wrong.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you're able to just LNN on command. You know how to deal with all sorts of really, really wacky situations.
Also, you know, ALTAIR is on Laser Hell.
Yeah, Laser Hell is definitely the more dangerous of the patterns on screen right now. But well handled.
Yeah, there was one slightly sketchy part of it in which ALTAIR had to dodge some Mentos right in like the middle of the laser lane, but yeah.
I want to see how IZNZI does Midnight Chorus Master. I have a really hard time capturing the spell. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Spell isn't like per se hard. It's more like you need to like really be not nervous on the spell.
Yeah, it's kind of a reaction test, but also just the whole moving down tech to have more reaction time.
Yeah.
Which requires you to anticipate the right timing. It makes sense. I'll have to try that.
At this point, this match seems close enough that even a single mistake could decide the outcome of each round.
Yeah, the margins are very narrow here.
We're dealing with super players here. Oh no!
Oh, why did you go for the up dash?
Yeah.
Oh no.
My thoughts while watching Altair on Mount Oe was something along the lines of, does Mount Oe ever get dangerous for Altair? And this happens.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we didn't mention that it can be a pretty random spell, but the bubble hitboxes are pretty lenient, so
Yeah,
can
moving
get
up
through
is
some
dangerous,
sketchy
but moving part of
situations.
the side.
We're
Knockout!
experiencing Meteor. We're experiencing Meteor. The spell is very tight, although it's usually okay as Rainbow.
What was that?
Now Altair is at a significant disadvantage.
Yeah, IZNZI has to miss twice for him to have a chance, which is possible.
Yeah, there are plenty of places misses could be expected to happen. Putting aside the potential, just a random miss anywhere.
Yeah.
But wow. That's the TSO format for you, though. Like, in a moment, everything can change.
And that's why I like being a commentator more than being a player, to be honest.
As a player, I feel like you'd have to just focus on just doing the best run you can.
Oh my god, that one Mentos on the Altair side was so sketchy.
I really hope that was a planned dodge.
It looked like it was an unplanned situation, but a very well-handled reaction to what it was.
We were talking earlier about how players could die to a single bullet on screen. Okay, that wasn't a single bullet, that was one Mentos with a laser lane, but yeah.
That's just a bullet that has your name on it. Like that, it's the perfect that one bullet that I hate. A little worried about the hitbox on there, but I guess Altair knows the corner better than I would.
The green amulets are completely static, so, and the lasers are too, so it's completely safe.
Okay, of course it is. See, this is why we joke about Altair safe spotting half the game, because then there's just something like that. Alright, we need a good Satori at this point.
I wonder if Altair will ever have trouble with Satori.
In one of the matches, I think Altair double died to the whirlwind spell.
Yeah, the final is like unimaginably long.
It is very weird as well. Like the reading on it is unlike almost anything else.
Yeah, the problem is that it's Reimusi. It's a pretty tricky shot to aim with.
Yep, kanji alignment.
We haven't talked enough about this, but Altair is really good at aiming the shot options at enemies.
Yeah, there's constantly just very smart adjustments to just be hitting things.
Those adjustments are pretty difficult to make too. They aren't easy. Like whenever I try, I just end up with a 45-degree alignment.
That was tight.
Yeah, Tenku Macro Burst is usually pretty tame. We have two critical spells here, Asteroid Belt and Whirlwind.
Right, the capture for Asteroid Belt, and let's see. Oh, that was scary. That was really scary.
That was the only dodge.
That was pretty nice of Satori.
Clean Satori. Now, somebody mentioned something about Izumi's Event Horizon strategy being weird, and I see what they mean.
I mean, it makes sense, but it's yeah.
It's atypical, but it makes sense and it works. Like, that's a cool strat. I don't know about anyone else in the commentary booth, but I really like the strat finding and just understanding how to do things aspect of Touhou.
I do enjoy it as well.
I like it when a player does one strategy that no one else goes for and just works.
Even if there's
I think he missed the alignment on the variant, so he couldn't kill it on time.
I was going to talk about this, but you really need to kill those yin-yangs efficiently on the stage 5 section in order to have somewhat easy time dodging.
Yeah, we kind of glossed over it just because ALTAIR handled it so well last time, but in that section, if any yin-yang lives, it is so much harder to deal with.
Yeah, it's like really difficult to recover from. It was a really unfortunate miss because I felt like he accidentally missed damage and went onto the other fairy, and so in a panic he readjusted and missed the kill.
It's still not over, but it is looking dire for ALTAIR here.
Yeah. Nozomi had that one miss at the very beginning, but now it's coming back.
That one
really
miss
quick.
shows the potential for more. As they say, that if they bleed, you can kill it. And that Wriggle death shows that Nozomi is not an immortal ultra super player. They die just like the rest of us, sometimes.
Less times than us.
That is some incredible quality.
Wow.
Looks like that one PTSD flashback.
I would also say that from the dodging on that double spark, it's very clear that Nozomi has some no-focus dodging experience. Like, that was just extremely comfortable adjustments.
Some hard alignment. Or
Cat.
the umpteenth safe spot in the game.
Nozomi one miss into stage 5. ALTAIR holding on Orin. How insane would it be if Nozomi gets a no-miss, no-bomb, but not full spell at this point?
Pretty insane.
Not unheard of. I mean, they already
back
have
to back.
The one miss to demarcation kind of thing.
Yeah, and also the fact that it would be a back-to-back run like that, because we don't really see a lot of back-to-back runs like this. Usually, when somebody gets like an LNN kind of run, they don't have a reason to keep going and try to do the same thing again.
Except that it's a TSO. You have a reason to do that.
Exactly. This format gives some excellent meme run potential.
Yeah,
And
this
also
is
some real potential to show how super of a super you are.
That lasted longer than it should have, but it wasn't that soon, fortunately for ALTAIR.
Yeah. I'm glad the stage 5 death didn't throw ALTAIR off on Orin at all. We didn't mention this last run, but IZNZI is using the MIDI instead of the other version.
IZNZI's MIDI music slaps. I need
It's really
to ask.
good.
I need to ask them where they got the MIDI files from because I tried searching for them. I need to listen to some of this. Not much else to say other than IZNZI is doing Race and Spell 1 safely.
Just entranced by Blazing Wheel. Just stare at it. I think that was the exact same capture time as last run, like to the frame.
Didn't check the capture timer this time. I was just looking at the better TSS.
Nothing ever happens on Red Eye's Hypnosis. Especially not with Yukari. Am I clueless? Did something happen to Draconic, actually?
You don't have to rub it in.
I don't actually know.
I think he chose a gap that was too low because there wasn't any other gaps and ran out of space.
Now UNR for ALTAIR.
Yeah, UNR. Please be nice, Oku.
Yeah.
I want to see this go to credit 3, so I want to, like, it's not that I want IZNZI to do badly, I just want, you know, a good match.
More hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't talked about this, but ALTAIR has to constantly readjust Remus's shot for UNR.
He just does it so effortlessly.
Yeah, none 2 is pretty easy, especially if for shot types that can aim to the side.
Yeah. And Invisible Full Moon is, well, we're doing the rabbit hugging strategy. This is the only strategy that matters.
Yeah, Gastari would love this. And
No
remote
rabbit.
rabbit.
Alright, Pit of Flare
And
and
Pet
Remote
a
Flare
Flare
at the same time.
Ooh. Scary, but good cap. Final B again. Why mess with what worked?
Good Petaflare dodging from ALTAIR.
Yeah, very clean. Didn't mention this last run, but there is a line between these suns where they just never hit in the middle. So if you know how to dodge no vertical, which it's not that hard, you can just deal with only the purples.
Yeah.
Turn this lunatic spell into something very comfortable and normal. Oh, it's such a good Galaxy in a pot strat. I'm gonna steal that.
And now IZNZI is entering Kaguya, which is going to be the most dangerous part of the run for them.
Yep.
Okay.
Non-one can wall.
Okay, now please do not die to Tokamako
Oh, that
again,
was
ALTAIR.
scary. I was a little scared when I hopped over to watch IZNZI.
Really good gap choices there on non-one. Push to the bottom, scary gap. Looks like BDB cap. Yep. Anyone else catch the Kaguya on 2 being a little sketchy?
It was sketchy, but it wasn't something that was completely unreadable. Alright, good spell design, please, no trolling. Wow.
No!
Yeah. Good spell design.
Yeah, that was, I think that was like one more tap to the left required, but it was like really precise because the laser gap was so small.
We've been in
power
this
cancel.
position before. IZNZI going into Kaguya on 3 with a 2-miss lead.
You could see by what dodges IZNZI was going for on Buddhist Diamond that they were trying their best.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a really nice knowledge of the laser spawn timings. I always appreciate that.
Yeah, ALTAIR closed out a good end of run to keep it at 3-miss.
Yes, but that might not be enough.
Yep, yeah. I mean, this was the exact same point differential as last credit. And we all know how that ended up.
We have LSI.
Yeah, also we didn't mention, but IZNZI wants to misdirect Kaguya left and right. Not misdirect, but to manipulate her movement by positioning a certain way of on LSI.
So just a back and forth kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah, that seems to be what works best. And I think it reduces the chances of you getting kicked by Kaguya.
nothing's likely to happen on our roll. It is, like, even with it down to the up dodge there, it is the same as last time. That's what happens when the spell is static and long.
Into the final spells with 2 minutes.
Yep.
And he dodged last spell 1.
I think the internet is missing again.
or will Draconic cut off his internet again? Here's how Draconic can still win.
These little adjustments are scaring me.
I think he's in the correct wordle spot, so I think it's fine.
Yeah. Alright, so now we get the last spell 3 death to appease Riferano.
Okay, if IZNZI gets past last spell 3, they basically won the match. They just need to finish the run.
I mean, a miss on both remaining last spells does lose. But that's what it takes.
Yes, you capture last spell 4 at least, or Rising World.
Oh wait, I did the math wrong. The run, IZNZI is definitely winning after last spell 4.
Yeah, and very well handled last spell 4. So that is game.
And we finish it out with a Rising World cap.
Yeah, we either finish it out with a Rising World cap again, or with Rising World showing you why it should not be underestimated.
Yeah, the only way IZNZI could lose at this point is they press escape R for some reason.
True, a DNF. A DNF would do it.
I sure hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's not happening here, and I feel like there'd be a common sense rule, and Rising World cap anyway.
But nice. It's a 2 miss to good spell design and wriggle less spell to something.
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
That's also match.
Yeah,
that's the match over.
That will be IZNZI advancing to the winners final, while ALTAIR drops to the losers bracket.
ALTAIR would have to face either Real Winter or Maki, depending on how that match goes.
Yep. Yeah. That is game. So let me check my scheduling notes here, because I have a bunch of them. Let me see if that already locks something in for the times here that we may see for the Sunday matches. There we are. So for the upper bracket finals, this means that let me double check this. So if Spirit for Pantheon were to win, let me actually get the full bracket here up. Let me get the entire bracket here up if it would load properly. There you go, there's the entire bracket. So if Spirit for Pantheon wins the other match, and that one is happening. This might be unreadable on stream, I'm sorry, Challenge just has, great UI design. That match is at 6:30 p.m. today. That is basically right before regular TRS today. If Spirit for Pantheon wins that, then one of the players is going to play async, and it'll probably be tomorrow. IZNZI will probably play live. IZNZI will probably play live, and it'll probably be around noon till tomorrow. That really depends on when IZNZI is available. If Oscar were to win that match, then there's basically free availability for that match. They can play whenever between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. So that'll be cool as well. So really, we're probably looking for an afternoon match tomorrow. in all cases for the upper bracket finals. That'll be cool as well. Because you may also notice that says best of 5 there. that's gonna be a long one. Since we have some time here to talk about this as well, the best of 5 and longer matches, those are going to be with a break from the players. So either of the players can request to extend one of the credit breaks to be 15 minutes instead of 5, and they can do that once. So we may have, 2 breaks in between. So for example, for credit 1, like say, IZNZI like train wrecks on credit 1, right? IZNZI can say, yeah, I need a 15-minute break, right? And then we'll take a longer break. And everyone can do that once during those credits. But yeah, that is that. And also, Will Winter versus Maki. Well, that match, tomorrow you're getting... today at 2:30 p.m. you're getting the first round 2 match decided, because whoever wins against Real Winter versus Maki, that winner is going against ALTAIR, and whoever loses there, well, it's lower bracket, you're out. Rip. That is just unfortunately how the tournament works.
Still not easy to even get into lower bracket in this tournament, though.
That's fair. That's a really good point. Like, there has generally been, if you look at this bracket in general, it is amazing. Like, this entire bracket is... wow.
I'd say that pretty much everybody that I would expect to be in the bracket stage is in the bracket stage, except for one, but yeah.
Alright, wow. I am completely unprepared for switching into the preparation scene, so we're just gonna stay in the results here. We don't have a match to come up right after this, so we can just kind of chill here, which is very, very nice. We just get to chill here for a little bit and talk about the match, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, that was a combined 6 misses between 4 credits.
That's true. Yeah, that's also just okay, super. Actually, okay, super.
You can just 6 miss in 1 credit.
Yeah, we had 0, 1, 2, 3.
But yeah, wow. I don't even have my... What the fuck? Sorry for swearing on here. I am missing apparently bunch of my stuff just disappeared from my scenes that I have for text I usually display for other things. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I have to reset up my entire when this match is and everything and lovely. There we go. I finally got it. So Will Winter versus Maki at 14:30 today CEST. So that is in time zone 6 hours 15 minutes. Yes?
I will be asleep.
Yes. 6 hours for 10 minutes, roughly. That is, if you can see in the top right, that is not upper bracket. That is lower bracket. Whoever loses this one, you're out. So this is the first bracket elimination match in the lower bracket, which is going to be quite intense, and we're literally fighting to stay in the tournament here. And whoever goes against us, well, they are going against ALTAIR. So ALTAIR will possibly be watching this match very intensely. And then we will also know when the round 2 match will happen tomorrow on Sunday. That really just depends on players' availability.
Isn't ALTAIR gonna go to sleep or something like that and then find out about the results afterwards?
That could also be a possibility. But yeah, that was a really good match. Unfortunately, ALTAIR, Game 1, no chance, unfortunately. In Game 2, you have to, Ellen and I think 1 miss to win that one for ALTAIR, so...
Yeah, 1 miss would have been enough.
Yeah, but it's, I mean...
So difficult.
How, tell that to anyone just being oh yeah, by the way, just 1 miss SA Remercy. Just do that on command. I mean, you did it, and this is the weird thing. If you swap the credits around, right, you go to a 3rd match. That's the interesting thing about the format. This isn't you can pick and choose your performance. It's just you have to take what you get, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And we've had many of these scenarios in group stage as well, where if you swap like players' performances around, then you know they would have won that match or this match. That's just this format. You have to do your best every credit, and this is why this format just rolls. But yeah, I would say, if you three have anything else to talk about, then floor is yours. If not, I can go find someone to raid. If there's anyone live at this time, of course. it is still 8:20 p.m.
It is dead hours.
It is very early. I do want to say this. This is really great turnout from just the community as well. This format has been popping off. I love it. Unfortunately, as it goes with streaming at 8 a.m., we are going to be raiding to some Japanese streamer. I have no idea. We have because the only English streamer that I see is not playing Touhou. They have labeled their stream as Touhou, but does not appear to be Touhou, I believe. So actually, this one might not. This one might maybe speaks English. Maybe we'll find out. But yeah, seriously, thank you, IHNN and Purple and Roby for commentating this one, because my voice, I don't know if you could hear it in the background, but I did not get enough sleep. I might take a nap before the next match, another one. And yeah, we will see all for Real Winter vs. Maki. Any final thoughts from you three?
It's going to be real interesting seeing what happens in these next matches.
We could say it's real. Okay, no, we're not going. I made that pun in the TRSVC yesterday, and I got audible groans from Turbo and Shodan. So
yeah, you're 2 months early for that.
All right, well, we'll catch up for Will Winter versus Maki in 6 hours or so, and until then, enjoy the rest of your morning or night or wherever you may be. Time zones are funny, and we'll see you all then. Bye bye.